Good morning, and I'm very, very happy to see a very, very delighted crowd over there. I'm very happy to be a part of this International Conclave in Engineering, Science and Technology, comprising of 6 engineering departments. It's a very interesting idea. I really enjoyed the chief guest speech by Sohan of Infosys. He mentioned a very interesting point that AI, ML, rough set, whatever the name you want to call, but finally they all end into set theory, or they all emanate from set theory. In fact, the conference, the conclave, which is spread over 6 departments, shall ultimately have one thing which is common. The intersection of all these 6 shall be one common. That's what is information, knowledge, and ultimately intellectual progress. So information, knowledge, and intellectual progress has got to be the intersection set of all these 6 events which are happening concurrently. I congratulate the team at this college who could really take up the pains to put up such a wonderful conference for the benefit of the researchers, for the benefit of academicians, for the benefit of practitioners, as well as for the benefit of students. I'm also now going to introduce one set, a beautiful set. This set, in the domain of information technology, which obviously has triggered the growth of artificial intelligence and machine learning, has got 5 elements. You know these 5 elements, which are generally known as data, first element, second element is information, third element is knowledge, fourth most important element is intelligence, and the most important element is wisdom. So data, information, knowledge, intelligence, and wisdom really make a beautiful five-tuple for the progress of entire science, engineering, technology, and finally the philosophy. I would like to put all these 5 elements as some 5 A's. Let us start with data. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we start with data. Be it be mechanical engineering, be it be computer science, be it be artificial intelligence, be it be electronic, we always start with data. So we always start with accumulation of certain observations. The first one, the data, actually stands for accumulation. Accumulation is an intelligent activity. In fact, in accumulation, we have got to work on the right mix of data. In fact, towards the horizontal end of artificial intelligence, adversarial networks, the neural network concepts, we have got to train them with the right set of data. That's most important. And that is where the first A stands very important. It is called the intelligent accumulation of facts and data. So data is now represented as A standing for accumulation. Next comes information. Information is not just accumulation. It is extracted from the accumulation. It is understood from the accumulation. It is evaporated. It is redesignated from the accumulation. Therefore, it is called assimilation. So assimilation of the accumulation leads to information. So information leads to the next A. The next A is assimilation. And again, you have got to note that this is not an ordinary process. This is an intelligent process. So accumulation is the first component. Assimilation is the second component. Then the most important, which people now have been claiming, that AI ML has made this also possible, has made this automatic. This is what is knowledge generation. knowledge. So third component is knowledge. This third component is built upon what is accumulated and subsequently what is assimilated. So first phase is A, the accumulation. Second phase, the assimilation, leads to the third A called analysis. So analytics, this is what we call analytics, analysis, and naturally this A has got to be the most intellectual job that a machine has got to do. Or any engineer, any scientist, anybody has got to do. So the third one is analysis, the knowledge generation through analysis, which is generally known as information analytics or data analytics, called by whatever the means, but you can easily understand in terms of A. The first one is accumulation, second one is assimilation, third one is now analysis, the analytics. Well then, accumulation, assimilation, analysis, all through I have been mentioning, underscoring the importance of intelligence. But then, intelligence, till now what I mentioned was pre-analysis and during analysis. But what is most important after the knowledge is generated? This is the most important aspect of intelligence, and this intelligence I know is because of our ability to absorb. So the fourth A is ability to absorb, absorption. Look at this point. See, accumulation starts as an intelligent activity. Assimilation rises up, pedestals up with a more intelligent activity. Analysis certainly is because of analysis, because of intelligence, and the knowledge is generated. But once the knowledge is generated, what is more important is absorption, because this absorption creates the future knowledge. The old knowledge, when properly absorbed, will definitely create the new knowledge. Therefore, absorption is the most important stage, and this intelligence of absorption is most relevant. In fact, artificial intelligence, ML, and all the modern machines, they think that they can do anything and everything, but this absorption point resulting into the exhibition of common sense cannot be found, has not been found even in today's artificial intelligence. Even it is just not possible for the decade to come, but it is going to be really a challenging problem, because this absorption indicating the presence of the common sense has got to be displayed by the machine, right? So let us recollect. First day is accumulation, second day is assimilation, third day is analysis, and fourth day is absorption. But then the life shall not stop at this point. If the life is going to stop at this point, naturally, the artificial intelligence, which is what we have been claiming to the best thing which is happening over here, can be used to fight war between the two countries, and both the countries shall be in stalemate, because it is the same artificial intelligence which shall be used to fight the war, but then ultimately there shall not be any result coming out of that, and there is no analysis coming out of that, no knowledge coming out of that. Therefore, this absorption, as I mentioned, should reflect the common sense, should definitely reflect the iota of living. The next most important is this intelligence, this knowledge shall not become static, but should elevate, should pedestal high to a level called wisdom. That is what is most necessary. Wisdom is what is absorbed, how it is adapted in life. Both the adaptions, ADOPT, ADAPT, both adaptions are very necessary if wisdom, if one has got to demonstrate the wise living. So wise living is most important. So this is adaptation, the adaption. So absorption is an intelligent activity, no doubt. But then absorption, what is absorbed is knowledge, but it should not just become a database of knowledge, or just not a knowledge base. You shall not become a dictionary, but you shall become a wise person, and the wisdom takes the world into the progression. Wisdom takes the human beings into progression. Wisdom is the reason why the science, technology shall progress. And the conclave of this international conclave which you have been conducting should also focus on definitely seeing how people, how researchers, how academicians, and how the future users, future students, future makers of technology would become wise, because they have got to adapt, and that is why it's called the great potential for intelligent information analysis. So, summarizing, the life has got these 5 tuples, 5 A's: 1, accumulation; 2, assimilation; 3, analysis; 4, absorption; and 5th, the adoption. So these are the things which have got to happen. Well then, all technologies, all engineering branches have got to come together. That is what is going to be the future. In fact, the future engineering program shall entirely be different. They shall not be the conventional civil engineering. It shall not be called conventional mechanical engineering. Take it from me, it is not going to be this conventional computer science and engineering which is madly and badly pushing the people into the discipline of computer science and engineering, thinking that the whole world is going to be only computer science and engineering. But believe me, computer science and engineering shall not have its existence unless people have really understood the domain where computer science and engineering has got to be applied. Without domain, where is the use? In fact, when chief guest was being introduced, he was introduced as a person who has put his hand into healthcare. He has put into hand into this field. So without that domain, what's the meaning of artificial intelligence, or what is the meaning of computer science? Therefore, what people have got to understand is this entire, all engineering disciplines are important. All forms of learning shall be important, including learning history, including learning language, including learning everything, particularly including learning mathematics, physics, everything. But what's going to happen tomorrow is entirely going to be different. Tomorrow it is going to be smart transportation engineering. Tomorrow it is going to be smart mechanical engineering. Tomorrow it is going to be smart construction. Therefore, civil engineering may lose its identity, may lose its validity, but what comes into picture is smart transportation. What comes into picture is smart construction. In other words, what I am trying to tell you, the fundamental physics and fundamental mathematics, which starts with set theory, goes up to emulating intelligence, shall definitely be covered as the foundation physics and foundation mathematics. Thereafter, the branches of learning, the domains of learning shall happen, and these domains of learning shall become very beautiful, wonderful. In fact, computer science and engineering itself shall take different forms, like smart compilation, smart understanding, smart operating system. They all undergo a lot of wonderful changes. But then, as artificial intelligence has been increasing its fold, so also shall be some problems, because people always believe that it is artificial intelligence which is going to take the world forward, but it is not just the artificial intelligence which can do. In fact, I have got to make a reference to a very wonderful book written by Rajiv Malhotra, and this title of this book is Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Our 5 Battlegrounds. I'm very sure every practitioner, every person who believes that artificial intelligence is the answer to the modern world should go through this book. It is Artificial Intelligence and the Future of the Power. Future of the Power. All right. And there are 5 battlegrounds. Well, keeping that aside, I shall just give you a simple example where all engineering disciplines have to come together under the banner of artificial intelligence to cause a better world. For example, you just take the problem of simple washing of clothes. Everybody has got to involve in washing of the clothes. Well, then now people have been using washing machines at their home. That's good. But then still there are people whom we have seen washing the clothes, wasting the water, wasting their muscle power, wasting the soap, wasting the chemicals, and also causing a lot of pollution around the area where they are going to work. Particularly, you look at the dobbies, the way they wash. On the other hand, can we think of artificially intelligence monitored community washing centers? If you introduce these community washing centers, number one, that being community and that being artificially intelligent, supported, the utilization of water can definitely be optimized. The intelligence optimizes the utilization of water. Not only it optimizes the utilization of water, because it is at a community point, the water can be recycled intelligently. That's what is most important. You can recycle the water and utilize the same water for washing, and then you can still utilize the recycled water for some other purpose. Note that because it gets into one corner of this extension in some place, this whole pollution is not going to affect people living around, because the whole thing can intelligently be treated. Then what's going to happen? More productive time becomes available for everybody. Everybody need not get, bogged down with washing, right? Even an ordinary man, even an ordinary person who works as a cook in some other place, who works as a laborer in some other place, need not waste his time in washing his clothes, because these clothes will be picked up and will be washed by this community center. And absolutely, the cost of washing the clothes becomes insignificant, very, very inexpensive compared to the amount of money that we are going to put. But on the other hand, look at, it is going to develop an industry. It's going to develop a small cottage type of industry, the community washing machine, where people are required. People are required to collect the clothes. People are required to segregate the clothes. People are required to decide how washing has got to be done. And people are required to deliver the clothes back. And artificial intelligence does not remove the jobs, but shall increase the jobs. But they are all professionally more dignified and qualified jobs. Not ordinary laborers could be possible to do it, but at the same time, it increases the number of jobs. At the same time, it also increases the demand in learning the new skills, new education, which implies that the people would also become more and more educated. So, with artificial intelligence, engineering, all put together, combined effort, what's going to happen? Recycling of water, value-added service, full-time job for washermen. And surely this is going to create many, many more jobs. However, as a word of caution, I would just draw your attention what could be the 5 important battles as referred by Rajiv Malhotra in his book. 1, the battle for economic development and jobs. I'm not going to elaborate on this point. Maybe on some other occasion, when I'm delivering a lecture on some other point, I will dwell into the greater details of this. But I have got to draw the attention that during our conclave or any time other than that, your people, your students, your future researchers should look into this point, battle for economic development and jobs, which may happen, but it will take a different shape. It is going to find a different equilibrium. Now the chemical equation, the equation of existence shall definitely get disturbed, but it shall find a new equilibrium. The other point is battle for power. This is most important. In fact, what is now happening, the battle for power. Now the battle for power is not between Russia and America, but now we have seen that the battle for power has been between Russia and China. This is what is going to happen. There is going to be a different type of colonization. India was colonized by East India Company. Now, don't you think we are already colonized by some other digital companies? So we have got to be careful about this, right? So, battle for psychological control, right? Earlier we were colonized physically. Now today we means not only India, many other developing countries shall suffer this. This is the battle of psychological control. Well, then I shall not call about battle for metaphysics. It takes a lot of time for me to explain. Well, any artificial intelligence event happening from America will definitely be capital-sided, oriented, and then when whatever the software, whatever the artificial intelligence background that reflects from China will definitely be the communism-oriented. Then what's going to happen to this? Differences to these diversions which are going to happen. So this is what is the battle for metaphysics. Sure, India should also look into its future. What is the battle for India? What is the future of India? That's what these conferences should also discuss while discussing the progress in the technology. They should also discuss what will be the effect of this progress in technology, particularly because of the invading artificial intelligence. Sure, please take it from me. You need not get worried. There shall be an imbalance, but every imbalance is the reason to find out a new equilibrium. New equilibrium shall get established, and this new equilibrium shall swipe out the concept of local nations, and the whole globe emerges as one nation, one brotherhood. And that's what Sohan also has mentioned. Let us see how Mother Earth is going to treat us. We shall respect Mother Earth, and we shall make Mother Earth only one mother for all children on this earth. Thank you very much for such a patient hearing, and I'm very, very happy to be associated with the inauguration of this International Conclave on Engineering, Science and Technology. All the best for the coming event. Thank you very much. All the best.